Time, weather, and highways pass. Case
It's time for an episode of The Backpage,
a weekly podcast where you'll hear from your host,
Lloyd, Kent, and Haley,
as they cover their favorite hot topics in the greater Colusa County area.
Heck.
You might even hear an opinion or two.
Now.
It's now time
for
the Backpage.
It's time for The Backpage. Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Backpage. I'm here with no, they're not here. Instead, the show's been hijacked. I am joined with Serena Carlsen from Arbuckle.
Yes, it's my show today, Lloyd.
It's your show today.
Yep, taking over.
She's one of our applicants that we had, and she decided to join us, and we'll see how this goes. No.
Well, I don't know. No guarantees, but
Kent
I'm
and
trying.
Haley, she's coming for your job.
That's right. Watch out, Kent and Haley. Watch out.
This is Lloyd here on The Backpage. I think I already said that, but I don't know what to do. I'm kind of thrown off here not having Kent and Haley, but so Serena,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who may not know. Just give us a little introduction. Who is Serena Carlsen?
Well, thanks for throwing that on me. You didn't tell me that one. All right. So I am from Arbuckle. We own the coffee shop there, Rise and Grind. There's the shameless
Rise
plug.
And Grind.
That's right. You know it well. Sorry.
Way too well.
Yeah, right. And my husband is over here who's not going to talk, but at least we have a little audience today. He's giving me the look like, do not make me speak. So anyhow, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm a mom. I'm a wife, coffee shop owner.
Well, thanks for joining me. So on this week's episode, we're doing something a little bit different. It's the holidays. Kent and Haley are taking some time off to spend with family and everything. And just because it's kind of hard this time of the year to get people booked on for events and whatnot, so we thought we'd have the show hijacked. So this week, we are just going to kind of do our normal thing, but we're also going to talk about some of our favorite shows, some bloopers. Man knows there's been a lot of bloopers the last couple of months. I mean, it's hard to believe. No, we're perfect all the way through.
You better believe it.
I mean, you hear us talk about that first episode. It's like, don't listen to it. Seriously, don't listen to it. I was up. Oh my gosh. I think I said in the first podcast, like at 2:00 in the morning, I got at the office at 3 in the morning because I was just kind of anxious and had a lot of stuff to do. And I think it was fair at the time.
Maybe I think it was
March.
Yeah.
Was it March? I don't know. It's been a long time ago.
I thought about going back to listen to that, but after you said on the podcast, don't
listen to it.
I was like, okay, fine, I'll listen this once.
Yeah, I'm glad we, Kent and Haley decided to do this journey with me, and it's been fun. So obviously I've talked with you quite often in the mornings at the coffee shop, giving my morning fuel. So what has been some of your favorite episodes of the Backpage?
Well, of course, it's whichever one you listen to that day.
Yes.
Yes, right. But I actually really, really liked the one that had, oh crap, now what did I say to you? I liked the one with the e-cigarettes and that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I believe we called that one Hot Rods in Arbuckle. Because it was also, we were joined with the Arbuckle Revitalization Committee crew.
Yes. Jackie was on there. I remember that now.
But you can go into our website at ccoe.net and just search Tupi. Because I brought a display for our audience in the room.
Are these the ones that you bring to all the stuff?
Are you stealing my thunder?
I'm asking you. Am I familiar with them, or are
trying
they
to
new?
build up.
Are they new?
I'm trying to build the suspension here, Ken.
Sorry. I get too excited and I want to cut it away.
So, yes, Ken, as he ruined my thunder.
No, I
didn't. So we bring these to our educational and vendor events.
The nonprofit vendor.
Yes. As a way to demonstrate to community members, parents that are less familiar with the products that are out there. And so I have with me a bag of supplies that I'll pass around.
Are we going to take a quiz? Are we going to take a quiz?
No.
Oh, I like what doing.
Yeah, and it was kind of hard to try to tie in the title with vaping and, the car show, and it's like try not to offend.
But it
not
was
that
a
I care about
jam-packed
offending.
episode.
Yeah, but it was just like, should I say, puffs of smoke at the Arbuckle Car Show, blowing smoke at the Arbuckle Car Show? I was like, I talked around. I was like, okay, hot rods
And who knew you could have just waited until the next week to talk about the Arbuckle Car Show?
Yeah. But hey, we want them on so that way they can get, maybe some people registered and whatnot and help them out, get cars out there. But they never seem to need help.
No, they don't. There was a lot. I thought that it was going to be down, but it definitely was not.
And I mean, even though we had the power outage and the wind and everything to cancel it, that was a bummer. But I was glad that they decided to step up and try to do it again. And everybody came out and supported.
They did. There was a lot. And then there was a lot of people that couldn't have came the week before that came that week. So it worked out.
Kind of worked out. I mean, it's kind of fun when things do that.
Yes, for sure. So what was your favorite podcast?
Oh, my Lord.
I know you were talking about this, but...
because I'm here recording it almost every week, I have to say my favorite episode was the episode I wasn't here.
I know, that one was so funny.
That one was funny. Melissa singing her jingles.
Yes.
For that one, I'm worried about the high school years.
How old is he?
6.
Maybe we'll
so he's in school. I mean, does he do it at school?
Oh, thank God, no.
Okay.
But I haven't gotten any calls yet.
He has boundaries.
He did pee at the park the other day. Not
sounds like a song.
In the bathroom.
A song in the making.
I peed at the park the other day.
Oh, my God.
I peed in the park, being in nature.
Sorry, folks.
I'm sorry. I know. Sorry. I have kind of a Neil Diamond thing going on, too. I don't know why. I'll work on that one.
Okay. Next week, we're going to have a special musical guest.
It's like Cats in the Cradle.
Peeing in the
and
park.
The pig and the frog and the sills. Sorry. Oh, my God. Is Jeff okay?
Yes, that was really good. And she's good at that, too.
She is really good at it. And I learned a few things about her that she used to actually work for a radio station back in the day.
Well, that's probably why she sounded so well on the radio.
Yes.
But yeah, it was good. It was good.
It's always neat being in the newspaper business. We report our stories, but in this part of the podcasting, we're able to dive a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. Sometimes get a little story that we don't even know about. A couple episodes ago, Jim Sasso was on and kind of told us about an event that we didn't even know what was going on, and we were able to go out and cover it.
That's why that one was my favorite, because I just kept telling everybody, I got that. Where did I hear it? Oh, that's right. It was the podcast. It was always the podcast. It was probably driving people nuts.
Probably, yes.
So you just listen to it, and then I won't have to tell you about it.
Yeah, that's it. Just get on there and subscribe. If they're already listening, so... just subscribe to it.
Yes.
So get on our email newsletter, which we send out weekly email newsletters when the podcast is up and available. Not only are we on every single platform now that you can listen to on podcasts, including Pandora and Spotify, but also we have a YouTube channel. How did
I miss that?
We just started it.
Oh, okay.
And so I think we have one subscriber. That's probably me. But we have to have, I believe it's like 200 or 500 subscribers before we get our own special link.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
you have to search for the Backpage Podcast.
And I see over here the audience member is looking it up right now.
Yeah, I have about 5 episodes up there. A couple of the ones we had some video. So we're going to try even dabbing into video a little bit. Some of our ones might be recorded video wise, some may not.
Well, I'm just glad this one's not video.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You didn't spring that on me.
I did not comb my hair today.
Well, I have a stain on my shirt, so good thing you can't see this, people.
Oh, well, I guess we'll get into the weekly headlines.
And now,
weekly headlines.
All right, so locals ring in the holidays. Arbuckle celebrated, let me get chronologically correct here. We had Old Time Christmas, which if you listened to last week's episode, got rained out, but people still showed up. That's another one of those events that, vendors still showed up, still sold, people still came out to check out the vendors. It was pretty awesome out there.
Yeah, it sounds like there was quite a bit of people there.
Oh, yeah. And then Arbuckle celebrated. They had some great weather that night.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Let's see. We have a picture of the horse-drawn carriage here. Who are those people?
Patrick and Rebecca Cothran. Patrick has a different last name, but for the life of me, I don't remember. I should have asked him this morning when he came in the coffee shop.
And it could be here in the story, and I just haven't seen it yet. But they had a horse-drawn carriage out there giving people rides. Santa Claus was out there. Lots of vendors, or was there many vendors?
There was a lot of vendors. Yeah, I don't know what the total number was, but they were filling up the little gazebo area there across the street and right there at Levanshurst Park. It was great, though.
Yeah, well,
it was
you
really
had your
good.
business open that day.
I did. We did.
Was there a lot of people?
There was quite a bit of people. There were quite a few people, and we had vendors and we had participants and everything, and all the little kids seemed to be excited to see Santa. And when I finally made it across the street, there was still a lot of people over there, and I think that was 5:30.
Oh, wow. I was here at the office working on getting started on a project, and I was hoping to get out there and didn't make it. Or actually, now that you said that, I'm like, I probably could have made it, but I figured by the time I got out of the office, it'd be way too later, but he was gone. So
right, because I was thinking 4 to 7 might have been long, but no, they were there up until 7. I think I saw them cleaning up as we were cleaning up.
That's cool.
So it was good times.
And then let's see here, we had the veterans remembered Pearl Harbor Day. They braved some of the cold, wet weather and honored Veterans Day. Looks like it happened 78 years ago.
Where was this at?
They hold it at the Colusa Memorial Park. That's on the 10th and Market Street, where they have the Veterans Memorial plaques and whatnot. That's a really cool park.
I do see that now, and I have looked at that, and that I really like that.
And then here in Colusa, congratulations to Josh Hill. He's been named Colusa Mayor for 2020. The local contest shaping up for the 2020 primary for local districts. Here in Colusa, District 2, which is now currently seated by John Loudon, he has announced that he will not be returning as a supervisor, or he won't be seeking re-election. And in his place, Rob Marconi, Dave Marks, Lori Waters, Doris Kelsbeck-Smith are seeking the position for District 2 supervisor. For District 3, which is currently held by the chairman of the board, Kent Bowes, he is being challenged for his spot by Jason McMullen. So this is going to be held on March 3rd. So good luck to all of the contestants out there.
What else do we have here?
Let's see here. The Maxwell Auxiliary, they send holiday cheers to the troops. The Maxwell Legion Auxiliary ladies filled over 27 boxes with snack foods, toiletries, magazines, playing cards, games, and miscellaneous items. The box were then sent to the troops in Afghanistan, Iraq, Qatar, and Bahrain, and Kuwait. Hopefully I said those correct.
Wow. As far as I'm concerned, you did. And I'm glad they do that because I think the troops could really use that, certainly around this time of year, for sure.
And then as we mentioned on last week's show, many things that are coming up on the ballot for March, and one of those is the Williams Unified School District and the Yuba Community College District will be asked to consider 2 bond measures to upgrade or build or modernize their education facilities. Williams already asked for a bond about 4 years ago, and they're asking for the second bond, which they said in their first bond that they would be needing a second one. So this is their second attempt at completing that. For Williams, if approved by voters, that'd be additional $60 per year for $100,000 assessed value on property.
Oh, okay. They could really put that to use.
Yeah, and I believe for the Yuba College one, it's $25 a year for $100,000 assessed property. So that's what, 60, 70, 80, $85 additional a year on your property taxes for these 2 bond measures. If you live in the city of Williams, Yuba College, it's for the entire county.
Gotcha.
And then the Williams Posada brought many smiles. It's a music and food and fellowship concert that they had at the Williams Unified School District. I guess this is their 4th year of hosting it. They have music. They serve posada, which is a type of a soup.
Have you had that? I've never had that.
I'm trying to think of what posada is.
I don't think I've ever heard of that. Hence why I couldn't pronounce it earlier. Well, they gave away about 24 toys to students who picked up a ticket when they entered the posada. Oh,
so what was kind of interesting about that event? Somebody that Edgar Lampkin, the superintendent, there was somebody that he knew who. It's like somebody he knew of somebody that they knew, and so on. The whole chain thing. They had a number of toys. This person didn't have any children, but they bought toys for themselves, but never used them.
Oh,
they're like,
okay.
They just collected them for themselves. And this is like over many, many years. So there's toys that were handed out there that were like from the 80s and 90s that have never been opened.
Wow.
Clearly are going to be worth something. And they were handed out. The person didn't want them sold or anything. They wanted them donated when they passed away.
That is what it says.
So they gave it away to different organizations. Williams was lucky enough to get some. And I mean, I wish I was there just to kind of see what was handed out. I mean, that'd been neat, kind of a trip to see some of the toys from the
down memory lane.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s and whatnot.
Things that you may have forgotten
about that you're like, oh, I want that as a kid, and
really
don't have anymore.
Like a Rainbow Bright or something.
Yeah, I remember.
Maybe that's too far for you. Sorry.
No, I Rainbow Bright. That's the little square things you stick in and they light up, right?
No, that's a Light Bright.
Oh, that's a Light Bright. What is a Rainbow Bright?
Rainbow Bright is a doll. Like, she's a person and she has rainbow hair and she rides on her, horse with rainbow mane. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I really liked Rainbow Bright and Care Bears and the Smurfs. Anything else?
Trolls. I remember Trolls.
Oh, yes.
Ninja Turtles. That was another one. Crash Dummies.
Heroes in a Half Shell.
Don't remember that.
Those were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Half Shell.
Okay. See, I was young. I don't remember that.
That's it. Try to date me already. Thanks. I'm feeling old now.
All right. I'm doing my job.
Okay.
I remember as a kid, we got laughter from the peanut gallery.
He's like, you don't have to go home with her.
I remember getting a talk boy, I think what it was. So you remember not Dennis the Menace, who pretty much was Home Alone.
Oh, yes.
And he had that little thing that radio, that cassette player that would change your voice or whatnot.
Oh,
had a little
yes.
microphone on it. I remember I got one of those one year. That was the coolest thing ever.
Those have a name, but I don't remember what they are. Like a voice changer thing.
I think it was called a talk boy.
Maybe. I do remember that, though. And boy, that kid, he had some serious ideas on how to keep those people out of his house.
So what was your favorite Christmas gift as a kid? Since we have the holidays coming up.
Oh, gosh. I had so many, but I don't remember one specific. But I'll tell you what my sister's favorite one was, because why I can remember that, but not mine. She got this Snoopy snow cone maker. Okay. And she absolutely loved that thing. I don't know why that was. Oh, we got a donut maker too. It was probably around the same time. That was a real favorite.
I see that your family was setting you up for someday owning.
You know, that's true. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, right? I mean, I guess maybe they knew something I did not.
Something, yeah.
But I don't know. And I did this funny little thing. So, you know, Santa, who you could not see, he was not there with you while you were opening your presents. So I had to say thank you to whoever was giving me the present every time. So I'd sit in the middle of the floor and I'd look up in the sky with my legs crossed, you know, and I'd say, "Thank you, Santa." I don't know. The things you remember, I'm not sure.
That's cool. Well, what's funny is like even though I asked you that question, I'm like, I don't know if there was a favorite toy. I can't think of. I'm sure there was.
I'm sure there was.
But it was probably at that moment, you know. And then next year there was something else that was your favorite for that year.
Right. Do you remember any of them? Because I got a Smurf radio once with headphones, and that was cool. I remember
getting a radio, a CD player. That was fun.
Oh yes, was it a CD player or like a Walkman?
I believe it was. No, it was a Sony. CD player, but it wasn't a Walkman. God, I can't remember. Or was it Panasonic? I don't know. All I remember, it was cool. I never had a CD player before, and remember opening up. Oh my God, this is horrible. Backstreet Boys CD.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so excited, not for the CD, but knew that I was getting a CD player because I hadn't opened up the CD player. And it was like, I remember mom and dad going, "Oh shit, you're not supposed to open that one yet."
I wanted that.
I got a CD player. Where's the CD? No, you didn't. And then they held that one to the very end now.
That wasn't supposed to be for you.
No. Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? You don't already have a CD player?
Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, right. I'm not 4 anymore.
I can actually remember the 3 CDs I got. I got that, a Britney Spears CD, because that was all the rage back in the day, and a Reba McEntire CD that I overplayed, yes.
Reba's my favorite. Yes. But, I'm telling you, this is too much. I love it.
It was Backstreet Boys Millennium. It was the one with the white, where they're wearing all white. Yeah, I can see it in my head.
But do you still have that CD?
I probably do somewhere.
Is it in the Taj Mahal?
Probably. Probably in the Taj Mahal, yes.
Because it might be worth some money now. I'm not sure. Maybe not yet. If it was a cassette, then maybe, because those are coming back again. Yeah.
It was funny. I was cleaning out a drawer in the living room, and I came across the cassette of my first radio appearance, and I was like going, man, if only I could listen to this. No, I don't really want to, but
Shane had a cassette player. I don't know, do we still have that? That's it, we're pulling it out. My fear would be you put it into it and it's so deteriorated that it just falls apart. Yeah, there'd be no saving it with a pencil that point.
Yeah, no. And by the way, this is like 2004 2005.
But you were on the radio?
I was on 95.7 KALF, and they had a thing going on at the time, and it was, if you would like to join Dory McKay and Wiley not Wiley, it was something the Coyote. And I think
wasn't it Wiley the Coyote?
No, it wasn't Wiley. I think it was like Dory McKay and the Coyote, I think that's what it was, in the morning. If you want to join them on the show, just send us an email. And then, they'll pick you. Okay, I sent this email, followed the instructions and everything. 2 weeks later, I get this random phone call, and they're like, "Hi, this is such and such a producer for, 95.7. Want to make sure that, you would be interested in coming on at such time." And it's like, okay, sure, yeah, why not? You have to be in Chico at 5 o'clock in the morning at our radio station.
Alrighty then.
I've never been to Chico before.
But no thank you.
Yeah, at this point, I have never been to Chico before. Yeah, I was 18 years old and never been to Chico before.
Well,
it's Colusa County.
Yes.
And so I had to drive there, got there, and got to meet the people. And then we got on air, and it was kind of fun. It was long.
So you had a 30-second spot after getting up at 5 a.m.?
No, actually I was there for, let's say, 5 to 8. So 4 hours. But yeah, I felt like 30 seconds on air because they didn't let me talk too much.
No.
I got to announce a couple of songs. We played a game called, I think it was like Bullshit. But so someone would call in, and then we would each say a phrase. Like, I drove the taxi to something, and it had to do with something, and the caller would say, "Oh, this person's lying."
Oh,
or
whether that
something
was
like that.
true or not,
true
or
or
something.
not, and whatnot, and. I can't remember what else. I remember doing a shout out. That was pre-Rise and Grind. That was actually Bento's Downtown Perk.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And so I did a shout out to there. I've been going to that coffee shop for a long time.
Yes. And it was Bento's at that point. It
Bento's
wasn't
at that point. Yeah, that was
something
that
else
was
at
the
that moment.
OG coffee shop.
Yeah, there you go. It was back in the day. Was it in the location it is now?
Yes.
Then you knew it was the original one.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah, it was right out of high school. So yeah, it was. I think they just opened a couple of years prior to that. So
yeah, I really liked that coffee shop.
Yeah, it's.
I
Really
mean, I know
good.
I like it now, but it was something different when I didn't have to make my own coffee.
Yes, yeah, I could imagine. You probably don't drink too much coffee anymore, having to make it yourself.
I know, right? It's just too much work. No, I'm drinking coffee. You do not want to see me without caffeine. It is not a pretty sight.
So now we're going to go ahead and get into some bloopers and some clips that were made the cutting room floor. Sometimes when we're recording these episodes, we don't have enough time, so things have to get cut. Or sometimes some topics are just kind of out of context because we sometimes get all over the place when we're talking here on the Backpage. And so here is a clip. That was kind of hilarious. Was following up with the episode of the vaping with the Colusa County Tobacco Prevention, and going through the basket of all the vaping devices was quite amazing. And Kent was just a little bit surprised by one of those devices.
But yeah, I mean, they're smart.
Even that looks like an MP3 player.
They have a lot of money.
They have
to
ones
work
that look
with,
like
so.
actual, like MP3 iPod Shuffle
Holy
kind of.
batteries, Batman! What does it take to power this thing? What the hell is in here?
That's like one of, two of what I think it's like 4,000 batteries are in a Tesla.
Oh wow!
Those are the same size as Tesla batteries right there.
This
Those
looks like a
little
damn
cells.
nuclear bomb is what this looks like.
Holy moly.
Are you serious?
That's just crazy.
Are they rechargeable?
And kids are carrying us around in their
They'd
pocket.
have to be. You imagine what these things would cost?
It's like 2 lipstick tubes.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
size.
for
Yeah,
folks
great
at
visual.
home.
Yes.
Thank you, Haley.
There you go.
It's like if you took a
like?
AA battery
And put it on steroids.
and gave it a bunch of steroids.
Recording these episodes, sometimes it sounds like we are quite polished, I guess you could say, that we kind of know what we're doing. But sometimes that isn't always the case. As we record these episodes, generally in the evening, sometimes some people call it late in the evening. We've all had long days and we all get tired. And sometimes Lloyd just forgets things. And yes, I'm talking about myself in the third person, because there's this clip here that I'm going to be playing. It's just a real quick one, but it's funny. It's like, I remember I was introducing our guests, and I introduced Radine, and I looked at Clint, and it was just like, what is your name? And I'm looking like it's going to come to me, and he had to fill in. And that's happened more than once. I've learned now, I write down the guests' names on a pen and paper, on a pad in front of me. So that way, when I'm introducing a guest, I'm going to read it off. And it's stuff like that makes these recording sessions fun. I know I don't really have a whole lot of bloopers, a whole lot of cut scenes and stuff like that. Some stuff was just small, insignificant But I really am trying to pull out in these next couple of weeks some of the fun moments that we've had. But today we're joined also with Rating Cross.
Hello.
And
Clint Jewett.
Gee, man,
Did you just brain fart on his name?
I just totally brain farted.
Say it, Lloyd. Say it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going to go ahead and leave that
See,
one
this
on
is
the...
how it is.
We're going to leave that one on the cutting room floor. We're going to redo this.
That'll be on the best of when Lloyd forgets the guest names.
You booked them!
I know.
I was going to say it, but I'm like, where's Lloyd?
Is Lloyd just doing this for dramatic effect?
Yeah.
Or what's he doing over there?
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was sitting there just like deer in a headlight looking at him. It was I was like, oh, your name's going to come to me. What is it? And he's like, Clint Jewett.
Like, yes, you know me.
You know my name.
You know me by now.
Let's see here. There's cutting room floor. I got those. Yeah, well, okay. So since I say don't listen to the first one, which was on May 21st. Wow, May. No, you're not hearing it all over again, but gonna confuse people here.
Yeah. Yes, because that you even changed the intro.
Oh yeah.
But like second
It was
or
a lot
third one.
longer.
Time for an episode of the Backpage, a weekly podcast where you'll hear from your host,
Lloyd, Kent, and Haley,
as they cover their favorite hot topics in the greater Colusa County area.
You can hear opinion or two. Still the baby laughing.
Now, it's time for the Backpage.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go. Oh, we are
looking for adventure. Looking for adventure. Mini mic stand.
Yeah. You're like hanging from the pole like they do in the movies, and you're all like spinning around.
Oh, it's Friday, May 24th. Wow.
Oh, listen to the sound, yeah.
I know. And the can crack.
Yeah, what did he even have?
It was a Pepsi or Diet Pepsi. That's it, Diet Pepsi.
That's right.
It's Kent's drink. No,
if there's still some in the fridge.
Oh, there is.
And you're here with Lloyd Green. I am the publisher of the Pioneer.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, in case you didn't.
And we are
Woo! Everybody clap.
What's happening? Haley episode.
I know.
Oh, I can't do that since it's not hooked up now.
But it was on cue.
There it is. You just did it. Now you have to do that every single week.
Every time.
You have to do the same thing. That's your thing now. It's your version of wubba lubba dub dub.
I'll have to work on that. Perfect it every day or every
week.
week.
That's it.
Change it up. So how was everybody's week? It was a long one.
It was a long week.
Yeah, no, it was definitely.
Because this was at the end of May.
I was basically sequestered.
All it was like Kent goes on and talks about all the stuff that he was doing. He's like, no one really cares.
Yeah. And then you're like, my week was boring.
Oh, it was like one of the things we're kind of like slowly condensing out. And I know we're talking over here, but we're kind of like condensing out is because like I have a boring life. No one really wants to know about it. And some stuff that Kent does, he can't really, talk about or whatnot. And it's not too exciting. So we're like, yeah, we're kind of chucking out.
And Haley's like, okay, so what did I do? I went driving all over the place.
And she can't go, oh, well, I worked on Serena's front molar today. We did a root canal.
No, we
like
don't want
HIPAA violation.
Even if I said, go ahead and talk about that. Nobody wants to hear.
Nobody wants to hear about it.
That you had a really bad cavity. Or no cavities for that.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, you know what? I can't sleep. I'll just go to work. Sounds like a good idea.
Man, the sound quality. And we get harassed for our sound quality now, which I know is not good, but
Play around with the dog.
This is like
I don't go to work
then and now. So just play that a little bit and now. See, it is better.
See,
in the
I know
new
it can
year,
improve, but
in the new year, I will be doing da 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 da.
But I certainly didn't think about going to work.
I laughed at Harvey yesterday. He slept all day long, and we got home.
I'm fast forwarding here.
Clearly, they talk about Harvey a lot because I remembered that was the dog.
We own a cat.
Because they talked about Harvey in the one I was listening to today.
Yeah, that was quite the episode and started quite the journey. But yeah, so let's get into the weekend happenings. All right, so coming up this weekend, we have a couple of different events going on. So it looks like on Saturday, that's December 14th at 9 a.m. is Wreaths Across America. Wreaths Across America. God
Insert the song.
USA. No, I can sing it better.
Okay. I guess you're right.
I'm the one with the singing talents on this show.
Well, it's certainly not me.
Sorry, Haley. Not sorry.
Hey, she's not here.
That's right.
Because I've hijacked it.
If you're not here, you get talked about.
You get roasted. Like that time you weren't here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Wreaths Across America is going to be held at the Colusa Cemetery. That's out there on Wilson Avenue at 9 a.m. So head on out there for that unique ceremony and see all the wreaths on the Veterans headstones. And then at 10 a.m., the Colusa County Master Gardeners is hosting gardening advice at the library. This month, they're going to be talking about care of your poinsettia. And then on Saturday, December 14th, is Festival of Lights and the Downtown Stroll. The Williams Community Church is putting it on this year. Come enjoy the parade, street vendors, and if you're interested in becoming a vendor or a parade participant, you can email pastor@williamscommunitychurch.org or call 530-473-5913.
Okay.
And then let's see, I think that's just about, let me go back over here. If you're looking to hear some of our local community members, they are participating in the community choir. There's several of them. One of them is even our newspaper delivery driver. She's Jan Pearson. She's going to be out there singing. Yeah.
Okay. At every one or just at certain
Every
ones?
single one. Yeah. So on Thursday.
Yes, because they go to place together, correct?
So,
okay. That's right.
It would have been yesterday on Thursday. Arbuckle United Methodist Church had theirs. Today the Grimes Community Church will be hosting theirs. So that's going to be on Highway 45 there in Grimes. And then on Sunday, December 15th, the Trinity United Methodist Church here in Colusa, located at 5th and Oak Street, will be hosting their performance. All performances begin at 7 p.m. and are free to the public.
Free? Did you say free?
It's free. Yeah. But if you're in the giving spirit, they are accepting donations to assist the needy in Colusa County. Looks like they're going to sing a mix of old and new Christmas songs. And you can sing along. I don't think they want me singing along.
They definitely don't want me either.
Could you go there and sing, Silent Night? No.
But I would imagine that they would take people still singing if you really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could get ready for next year.
Or they just crank up the volume so it kind of goes over everybody else.
That's what they'd be doing to me because it's not a pretty sight, let me tell you.
Would you like to sit next to the speaker right here so you can drown you out?
Yes, that's exactly what they'd be saying. Serena, I don't think we need you singing.
On the December 18th, and as I say next Wednesday, it's this coming Wednesday, the Yolo County Food Bank will be hosting a food distribution event in Williams at the Williams Family Action Center. It's a first come, first served, and it's available until all the produce is gone. That starts at 11 a.m. And then next Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., the Maxwell Country Christmas and Light Parade will be held in downtown Maxwell.
Oh.
Vendor and parade applications are available. Contact Kyle Miller at maxwellparksandrecs@gmail.com or send a text message to 530-501-6588.
And that's on December 20th. Okay.
December 20th. Yeah. And then I heard that Maxwell FFA is doing a toy drive as well. They're looking for toys for children aged 6 to 16. And you can drop those off at the Maxwell Ag Building.
Okay, I see. Is there a contact for that too, just in case?
To contact, it would be Scott Stevens. He's the ag mechanics instructor. Call 530-438-2291, extension 12128. That's 12128. And you can they can arrange for pickups and get you more information.
All right, perfect. So there's always somebody in need this time of year.
Well, Serena, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Lloyd
filling in for Mr. Kent and Haley as they take the holiday season off. Hopefully they have a great time.
Okay, so what time do I come back next time? Because this is mine now.
This is yours? Okay.
It's all mine.
Okay, you know our recording schedule, so.
I'm just kidding. Be careful what you wish for.
Maybe there might be another podcast spinoff coming soon.
Are you trying to tell us something?
See you in the next one.
Oh.
This has been a Pioneer Review podcast production.